Hi, my name is Nate Laudermilk. Thank you for coming today. So when we first hear burnout, first thing we think of probably is someone burning out the tires on a dirt track. When we hear PTSD, we probably think of someone that's in the military. And when we hear suicide, we probably think of someone that tried to obviously take their lives by jumping off a bridge or guns, overdose. But do we realize that all three of these relate to EMS lifestyle? And in EMS, this includes EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, and law enforcement. We're all out there every day risking our lives on the front lines in the civilian world. But no one hears us call out for help when we need it. And where do we go to when we're crying for help? And in the end, all that's left is why when it comes to EMS suicide. Now, just quick raise of hand, how many of you actually know someone that's in the EMS world? Okay, besides me, obviously. Um, According to a EMSworld.com 2014 article, comprehensive statistics do not um, know exactly how many deaths there are, but in the EMS world, it is no new phenomenon, nor is it something a secret. Fire, EMS, and law enforcement do kill themselves. Now, I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I could attest to the fact that I do have PTSD, and I got it a couple months ago when I lost a patient under my care, and I was by myself in the back of the rig, and they went full cardiac arrest, and I lost the patient. It affected me for a good couple weeks, and I now have PTSD. I even get it when I write this. Um, Even upon writing this, I thought of Psalms 3:14, which says, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil." But I come to ask myself, what if I'm the one casting the shadow? Then what do I do? So I'm hoping today to shed some light on our heroes and show you that we need help. We all do. And first, I'd like to give a brief definition of the term so you understand what burnout, PTSD, and suicide is and how they occur. I want to teach you what are known as signs and symptoms and what to look for. And finally, I want to teach you how can you as an individual help, or what organizations are there that you can take them to give them the help they need. So first, burnout. In a article according to the public safety degrees, burnout is basically the exhaustion or mental exhaustion of an individual. Some of these can include the fact that we work 10, 12, and 24-hour shifts, 3 to 7 days a week. I know I worked 40 to 60 hours before. Full-time student, and I work 40 plus hours a week. I get maybe 3 hours of sleep before I even come to school. You throw in family stress and the fact that we're low-paying job, it can do a number on you. Then PTSD. PTSD is basically a traumatic event. This could come from something as simple as, well, maybe not simple for you, but a gruesome car accident, the death or an injury of a patient, especially children, which is the worst, or even just getting attacked while trying to save a patient. And sometimes there's even the stereotype of, a simple gunshot can trigger an event. And then finally, suicide, which is basically the instance of taking one's life, being sound of mind for many years. So what are some of the things that we look for, some of the signs and the symptoms? With burnout, some of the things we look for is frustration, person becoming isolated, loss of sexual needs. The list just goes on and on and on. And one of the things you need to watch out for, though, is make sure that if they are starting to get stuff away, that's a pretty good sign that they're probably getting ready to commit suicide because they no longer find a need for any of those things. Now, with PTSD, it can include not being near family anymore or near your loved ones. It could be isolating oneself. Sometimes it includes the fact that they relive the event, and it could last for seconds. It could even last for days. But the worst part about PTSD is the fact that they hold it in and they do not talk about it. It's the worst thing that could happen. And with suicide, things like getting rid of your stuff, having access to it, expressing a plan that you're going to kill yourself, things like that. Say, hey, maybe we need to do something about this. So what are things you can do as a person and to help these people? One of the things that help out a lot is talk to them, get them to talk, let them know that they don't have to be machismo. As EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, law enforcement, that's what we are. We're meant to be, rocks for you guys, because we're the ones that have to stay calm under pressure. But really, when we come home, it's gone. The machismo, it stays there and we don't talk about it. But inside, we're a wreck. And, there are ways that people can express themselves. There's other ways to avoid it. You can make sure that they're eating healthy, take them working out, stuff like that. That helps out a lot. There's also organizations like the Code Green campaign, which started off in 2014 by paramedics who have lost friends to EMS suicide and also have PTSD and are burnt out. And what they do is they sell products to make it aware that we have mental health issues and to try and put it more in force into the workplace for EMS personnel, and also to put boards up that you can put up anonymously and share your stories and help vent. And those are huge things that help out a lot. And so hopefully I've given you a better idea of what's really going on out there behind closed doors, that you now know what burnout, PTSD, and how it leads to suicide, how you can now have a better idea of what to look for and to help. And finally, you have a better idea that if they do have these, what can you do to actually help them and also get along? Now, there's a place in Canada that couldn't have said this better myself, and their campaign is called Heroes Are Human. We all wear a mask, and in EMS, our mask is our uniform. And when we take it off, we're just regular people like you, and when we put it on, we have to be these heroes. And it's up to you to help us when we need help, because sometimes we just don't know where to go. Thank you.